All right, welcome back to Boring Reviews. Nick here.
Gabe, the Night Watchman.
And I'm totally excited for this one. Who knows if anyone's going to watch it. Hopefully you do. Hopefully there's a lot of Linkin Park fans out there. But I'm excited for him to react to this song for the very first time. Now, truth be told, I'm a huge Linkin Park fan. I remember when they first came out, this video popped up on MTV as I was getting ready for school that morning, and I listened to it, and I instantly loved it. I remember telling my friends about it, like, oh, it's okay. And then their album came out. This song was the first single. It did okay. And then Crawling came out, got really popular, and then In the End came out, and they just exploded everywhere. And I told my friends, I told you. I've loved these guys ever since. Sadly enough, Chester, committed suicide a few years ago.
Wow, didn't know that.
Yeah. He battled his entire life, has a beautiful family, all that kind of stuff. But it just, Robin Williams or whatever, it just got the better of him. And the band just recently announced that they're going to continue. I think they should just start a new band, but they're going to continue. And they've hired this female singer. I think she's from another previous band. A lot of fans aren't happy about that. I think you got to respect his legacy and just start a new band. You could say from the same people from Linkin Park, we have this band. But anyways, One Step Closer. I love this song. And this band, they changed their sound a little bit each album. It was always kind of different. I love this first one, and I'm excited for you to check it out.
I mean, I Linkin Park is one of those bands I've heard because they were so big that they were able to cross over. Again, Jay-Z, I want to say at the time was, and it's probably still, but he was the biggest guy. I mean, Jay-Z is on the Mount Rushmore of rap, right? It's Eminem, Big, Tupac, Jay-Z, and Nas, in whatever order you want to put them. You know what I mean? From that original, not the, the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. But when they did this song, like for him to select them, you got to realize, wow, they must have been a big band. So I didn't know anything about their music prior. I haven't heard anything other than the remix of In the End, and they did another one with him.
Numb's the big one.
Was it Numb? Okay, and I think he did something with Guns N' Roses as well, Jay-Z. But I mean, who Jay-Z, everybody in their mother knows who Jay-Z is. So if he selected to work with you, that means you were pretty big in whatever genre you were in.
But you know what's funny is I had heard of Jay-Z, never heard any of his songs.
Wow.
Until he had the crossover with Linkin Park.
Wow.
So, and when, because they did 6 songs total. One of them was H to the Izzo, all that kind of stuff. That song was, he did 99 Problems, but whatever ain't one.
Yeah.
So they did 6 different songs. 2 of them were singles. And went out like, oh, I've heard that song. I didn't know it was his stuff.
Right.
And I know he's got a million other songs, but that's how I got introduced to Jay-Z. So it's just kind of funny. This is just Linkin Park by themselves from their first album, their very first single, One Step Closer. If you like our reaction anyway, please don't forget to
like and subscribe. Let me see if I can hear what your young ear caught at that time.
Yeah, and I mean, this was, I think, 1997, 1998. And all honesty, like, this is not probably everyone's favorite song on the album. Because you have In the End, you have Crawling, but this still holds a special place in my heart. Here we go.
Not take this anymore. Saying everything I've said before. All these words, they make no sense. I find bliss in ignorance. Less I hear, the less you say. You'll find that out anyway. Just like before. Everything you say to me.
I've heard this chorus before. I didn't know that was Linkin Park.
You know it was Linkin Park?
I didn't know it was Linkin Park, but I've heard this chorus in a movie somewhere. Or in a show somewhere.
All these thoughts, they make no sense. I find bliss in ignorance. Nothing seems to go away. Over and over again. Just like before. Everything you say to me.
Oh, I love it.
Ooh.
I love that song too because everyone, especially the older we get, everyone has gotten to that point where you just need space. Like you
Right.
are so frustrated, you're
Right.
so ticked off,
Right.
everything's falling around you, and you're just one step closer, just losing your mind.
Right.
So when he starts yelling the shut up, like you're just like, I'm gonna lose it.
Have you ever seen a movie with Michael Douglas called Falling Down?
Oh yeah,
Where
I've
like
seen parts of it. I know what you're talking about. He goes like to the fast food joint.
Yeah, he
and
loses his mind. Yeah, because he loses his job or something crazy. I forget what it is.
Everything's falling apart.
And yeah, he just man. And everybody's like, and I think that there's this comic book, One Bad Day, where it talks about how the Joker becomes the Joker. And we're all one bad day away from being him, basically, was his point. He was trying to push Batman to, like, literally that breaking point. Because we all have it. You just got to get to it. Some people's, tolerance for pain and for struggle is a lot higher than others. But everyone does have that breaking point, and that's been part of that arc where he wants to prove everybody, listen, you're just one bad day away from being me. Like that's just real. And
that's his ego speaking right there.
I mean, I enjoy this song. It's gonna be an added. I didn't realize it was Linkin Park. I have heard that somewhere else before, just the chorus, not the full song or whatnot. Let me ask you 2 complaints. A, super short. You know how I feel about the short songs. Give me a little bit more.
It's definitely a short song.
Second, is this considered heavy metal? Because I didn't get that solo guitar.
Good question. So this, I hope I'm not going to mess this up. So when this first came out, I don't know if they were like the creators of it, but this was called nu metal, is what they called it. Now, if you notice, you had the DJ, and his name's Mr. Han, and there's even a track on the first debut album called Mr. Han, and it's just him messing with his what's that thing, turntable or whatever.
Yeah.
And Mr. Han, and I'm like, when I'm listening, I'm like, what is this crap? Right? I had no idea because that was my first video. I didn't pay attention, or the first video I seen of theirs. Didn't pay attention that he's a part of their band. The guy with the red hair, Mike Shinoda, you can kind of think of him as like the brains behind everything.
Right.
I didn't realize that he also raps until In the End came out, which was their third single. And I listened to the entire album, obviously.
Right.
He doesn't rap too much on that one, but then he raps on another thing. That's where when Jay-Z's there, he does some.
So he raps outside of that?
So he, in a lot of the Linkin Park song, he'll usually it's Chester is doing the regular singing, and then he'll add his own little bars of rap.
Wow, see?
Or he'll just sing along with it, like in this song.
And that was a misconception because Jay-Z, I always thought that, they were just a rock band or heavy metal, and that he wrote for them, because it's known that Jay-Z in the industry has written for a lot of people. Right. So like, for instance, Dr. Dre, when he made his comeback, they've already admitted in the credits or whatever, Jay-Z wrote that song. It's still Dre Day, people, AK people, the big single that was on that. Still, with the one with him and
yeah.
Jay-Z wrote that. Jay-Z wrote a lot of stuff. So I was shocked that, because he can rap. He can actually rap. I thought that was on the Linkin Park one or whatever. I was like, man. I thought Jay-Z wrote both sides of the song. Like, he was always accused of ghostwriting all of Emil's stuff. Like, the girl that Jay-Z used to rap on all the tracks with her or whatever. And then it came out, he used to, ghostwrite her stuff. Like, you can't go toe-to-toe with Jay-Z. So he's like, just write this and, spit it back. But that's interesting that he did other rapping on his songs. But yeah, I was like, wait. Because I was also going to say they use different instruments. The first time I seen turntables with a rock band or whatever, and they had just a different sound. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
And I watched enough stuff on them documentaries and whatnot that they hated that term nu metal. They weren't trying to create something. They didn't want to be labeled. Very artistically, each album changed a little bit more and more. And a lot different from this. You mentioned the 3 minutes. I guarantee that's because that was their first single, and I guarantee the record producers on them said, and the label said, bring it down to 3 minutes. We're not doing 4 minutes of this. Because it ends so abruptly, right?
It felt like it could have had
I
another...
would say most of their songs are anywhere from 3.5 to 5.5 minutes. And there's one album, I can't remember what it's called. I think it was their third album, where they throw in a lot. It's almost kind of like a rap album. Like, how rap albums, they have like little skits. Where they have little things that all come together in the album. They don't really have skits, but they have a lot of different, like Oppenheimer's speech and a Martin Luther King speech that's attached to the song, and it just makes it more uplifting. They're very, very artistically creative.
Right.
But Mike Shinoda, when you drive home, because you've heard In the End the matchup with him, just listen to it by itself, and you'll be able to hear him rap. He even started a second project called Fort Minor, and Joey and I were able to go to the Hard Rock and watch Fort Minor open for Linkin Park, so he had double duty.
Wow.
And he has a lot of rap. You've heard one of the songs, Remember the Name. Anyways, he's very, very talented. I am excited to see what they do in the future, but Linkin Park's got so many great songs, and if the audience wants us to react to more, I'm going to have him react to some more of them for the first time. Glad you liked that song, but they really took off after Crawling, and in the end, they just absolutely blew up. If you like our reaction anyway, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time.
We know all things.